Hi, I'm Agile Bob, and today I want to talk to you about a question that we get sometimes on our website, sometimes in our classes. And the question is, what are the three pillars of Scrum? Now, I could give you an easy three-word answer, but I don't want to do that. Instead, what I want to do is work you through a module that I use in my Certified Scrum Master classes and other workshops to show you the answer so you can understand it more deeply. So to start off with, we have to recognize where Scrum started. The start of Scrum was actually from a place called empirical process control, or empiricism. So I'm going to use this flip chart to help me describe this. So Scrum is founded on empirical process control. Now you can see that the picture has three pillars on it, because that's how we support Scrum and empirical process control. There are three things necessary. Now, what's the difference between empirical process control and the other types of process control? We're used to waterfall, which is what's called a predefined process, where we know everything up front that we're going to be doing. We know all the steps of the process. Empirical process control is different. Empirical process control is based on the fact that we don't know everything up front. We're going to learn as we go, and as we learn, we're going to make changes to what we expect to do. Now, the primary pillar of empirical process control is known as transparency. Empirical process control is based on our knowledge at the time we make the decision, and in order to have knowledge, we have to have transparency of data and other things we need to look at. I often say empirical process control changes things based on what we have observed. So we need transparency in order to observe those things. Once we have that transparency, we need to actually look at those things. So step two, pillar two, is inspection. We should look closely at whatever we've been transparent about, and based on that inspection, we should change things going forward. So step three is adaptation. Transparency, inspection, and adaptation are the three pillars of Scrum and empirical process control. And let me give you one example of how it works. In Scrum, at the end of every sprint, we have an event called the sprint review, where the team shows the product increment that they've created. The team is showing great transparency at their sprint review. Stakeholders and others will look at what was created and inspect that to see what they can learn from it. Based on that inspection, they will adapt the product backlog for future sprints, and then we will cycle around and do it all again in the next sprint, and that's Scrum. That's just one example of the three pillars involved in Scrum. There are many other examples. If you want to explore this further, come to one of my Certified Scrum Master classes. You can sign up at agileforall.com. Hope to see you in the future.